Hi, I'm Jon Paupore, Director of Instruction at the Jim McLean Golf School at Red Ledges in Heber City, Utah. And so many times at the school, we get asked, how do I hit the ball with more power? And today I want to talk about a couple different ways to get more power in your swing. And that relates to, one, how we get to the top of our swing, and then two, how we transition from that good position at the top down through the golf ball. So first, let me address how we get to the top of our swing. So many times I see students, when they take the club back, they've been told to rotate, rotate, rotate. And although we do want to rotate in our swing, a lot of times that over-rotation leads to a reverse weight shift. A position where our weight is locked on our left side and our right leg, our right knee straightens up. We don't have anything, we don't have any power now to get towards a target. So what we want to do, a good powerful golf swing, is one where we can load up on this right side, load up on this right leg, keep this right knee flexed, get the weight on the inside of that right foot so that we have a good powerful position to push off into the target. So the first thing I want to talk about is just making some practice swings to the top of our swing. One, kicking that right knee in just a touch at address and feeling the weight on the inside of your right leg and the inside of that right foot. So now if we can keep that weight and that right knee tucked, then we can now get into our rotational position, shift our weight just a touch back into our right side, and as long as we keep that right knee flexed and the weight on the inside of that right foot, now we're loaded up into our right side to where we have something to push off and get towards a target and through that golf ball. So a good example again would be kick that right knee in at address, feel that weight on the inside of that right leg, on the inside of that right foot, and make a shift away from the target into your right side, but keeping that right knee flexed and bracing up against it. So as long as we keep that right knee flexed, we can shift, and the weight on the inside of that right foot, we can shift back and be in a good powerful position. That's number one. Now two, how do we take that power and generate it back through the golf ball, back through the golf swing and towards the target? So just like a pitcher in baseball, they're going to load up on that right leg, they're going to keep the weight on the inside of that right foot, keep that right knee flexed so that they can brace against that right side, push towards home plate and rotate through, get a powerful throw towards the catcher. So same idea here. We want to get to that position, that real good position at the top, and now we want to get that weight pushing. We want to move that weight off of that inside of that right foot, shift towards the target, rotate through, and get that club all the way through towards the target. So a couple great ways to do that and feel that are, one, we said at address we're going to kick that right knee in, feel the weight on the inside of that right foot. Now I've got a device here that's just called the foot wedge, and that's also going to help us to feel what that is to keep the weight locked into that right foot at the top of our swing. So you can see I can shift back, I can shift into my right side, and now I'm not going too far. We're not swaying off the golf ball because I'm not moving outside of that foot. I'm braced up against that right side so I can push off. Another way to do that, if you don't have that foot wedge there, is just do this with the golf ball. Put the golf ball on the outside of your foot, set up into it. Now again, we've got the right knee tucked in. I totally feel that weight on the inside of that right foot. Now I can shift back, rotate back. I'm not going to sway off the golf ball because that's not going to let me. And again, now I've got a powerful position to now start my downswing with pushing off that lower body and getting towards a target. A third way to do that, if you really want to hit balls and do this, put a golf club there. Same thing. Put a golf club on the outside of that right foot. All these are ways to get you locked into that inside of that right foot so you can load up, brace up against that right leg, and then at transition, push off, get towards that target. So let me demonstrate. I'm going to do two things. One is going to be getting to a good, powerful position at the top of my swing. And then once I load it up there, I'm going to push off that lower body and get rotated towards the target and get all the way through that golf ball. So again, at address, I'm going to kick that right knee in, really feel that weight on the right side. I'm going to take it to the top, keeping my right knee flexed so I can brace against that right side So when I come through, I'm really pushing off that right side and towards the target. So that is how you get power in your swing. We've got to have good weight transfer, a good transition from the top through the swing. Keep that weight on the inside of that right foot. Keep that right knee flexed, and you're going to hit the ball with power. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll get to as many as I can.